Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Blast 4620. I'm here to talk about two games. Two of my most favorite games. Not my most, still among my most favorite games of all time. First off, is Resident Evil. As you can see in the background, I'm playing Resident Evil 5. The remastered, sorry, the port um, from PS3 to PS4. Um, I want to talk about Resident Evil 7. But before I do that, let me talk about the old games. Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 came out on the PS1. I remember playing those games to death. I played those games minimum like 4 or 5 times. I mean, I can practically remember everything that happened from scene to scene. But not from scene to scene, but I mean, most of the things that actually happened. Like, I can never forget in Resident Evil 1, the first time that the dog bust through the window when I was running down the hallway. Dude, that gave me a scare, man. And Resident Evil 2, can't forget the first time I saw the licker on the ceiling, with his long ass tongue, and he killed me. I remember he killing me so many times. I was like, how the fuck do you kill this? And Resident Evil 3, I can't forget the first time I saw the Nemesis when he killed one of my Umbrella, sorry, not Umbrella, was he? Stars, yeah, one of my Stars member. When he killed one of my Stars member, I can't forget when they introduced that. The Nemesis followed me all through the game until I managed to end his life at the end of the game. And those 3 games were quite fun. Then I played Resident Evil 4. Whew, I played Resident Evil 4 like what, 10, 11 times. That game was fun. I mean, the game, it detracted a little bit from the horror element, so you had more of action. You see, had that suspense thriller inside because you have to save the president's daughter. But I mean, it was a really fun game. I really enjoyed it, and apparently that's a lot of people's most favorite Resident Evil ever. And on the screen right now, you see this Resident Evil 5. Although I didn't really like it, but the fact that because it was too actiony for me, and they did introduce co-op to it, Resident Evil 5, so it wasn't that bad. It was still manageable. But for me, there was nothing horror about Resident Evil 5. It was just action from scene to scene, clear out the enemies, keep clearing out enemies from scene to scene. That's what it was. That's what it was in Resident Evil 4. But I like that aspect that Ashley was somebody that you have to protect. I don't want somebody that have to carry or babysit. I mean, you just have to protect her. You don't have to do it all the time. But I mean, you get what I mean. Like, Resident Evil 4 was quite different from Resident Evil 5. Then, falling back on Resident Evil 6, that game was one of the most trash-ass games ever, because Resident Evil 6 was all action. I mean, we're talking Michael Bay busting out, explosions, guns. I mean, what the hell was that all about, man? They tried to force in 3 different campaigns to appeal to the mass crowd, but at the end of the day, it flopped so hard. That was a very, very useless game. I mean, it was so actiony and it wasn't even a good action game to begin with. So it was just so trash. Well, enough about Resident Evil 6. We're now down to Resident Evil 7. When they introduced it at Sony conference a couple of months ago, they said it's playable in VR. Big ups to them. I like the fact that it's playable in VR. Yeah, and they've showed I think 2-3 trailers. They're giving us a demo even, which I've played to completion. And the only thing I've seen in everything they've been showing for Resident Evil 7 is just in first-person mode. They've said they have a third-person mode. We haven't seen it. Don't know why they haven't showed us or even showed more of the game. Because it's coming out in January. So, I mean, this is a big title. They should be showing it more and telling us more about the story. But, I mean, what I've seen in Resident Evil 7 so far is amazing. But guess what? It's amazing for a brand new IP. When you make a brand new IP like that, it will be welcomed. Because it plays like PT. That was a demo for Silent Hill that got taken down, so apparently they're not making Silent Hill anymore. A lot of people liked it, but you see, a lot of people like to talk. They were talking about that demo that they really liked it, but guess what? When that kind of game comes out, it's not a lot of people that are going to finish it. Look at Outlast. It's not a lot of people that can even play that game to begin with. Everybody say Outlast is a shit, but it's not a lot of people that can play that because it's too hard. You need to hide. You're isolated. You have no weapons. You have to hide. So that's what I'm seeing from Resident Evil 7. You have to hide. I'm not happy with that. I want a traditional Resident Evil game where you have your guns that you can maybe upgrade, you have zombies that you have to kill, or whatever with the T virus, G virus. They can even make a Z virus for all I care. But I mean, make a traditional Resident Evil game. You see that Resident Evil 7? That's supposed to be a new IP. It would have been welcomed. A lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, Resident Evil 7, oh yeah, oh shit, oh yeah. But how many of you is going to even play it, let alone finish it? You know what I mean? Because that is not a traditional Resident Evil game. Why are they deviating so much? I know we say we want change, but a lot of people that complain about this quote-unquote change, those are the same people that when they change the game so much, they complain. That's what I'm saying, man. I complain. I mean, look at God of War. Is being changed a bit. That's a big change with the camera and the way the guy fight. It's just a big change. But let's a lot of people complain about that. Not talk about changing it completely. I just want a traditional Resident Evil game. Resident Evil 7, I'm definitely going to play it, but that is not, for me, it's not a Resident Evil game. It's a brand new IP, which I think they should have done in the first place. But anyway, it is looking good. The graphic is looking amazing. I'm definitely going to play it when it comes out January 24th, but I'm going to play it in VR. And trust me, it's going to be intense. And I think they need to really take care in the way they promote that game for VR, because if it's very horror to play in VR, a lot of people are going to be vomiting at the end of it, you know. I can see potential people getting sick from playing that game, you know, because it's going to be too intense in VR. But anyway, that is enough for Resident Evil 7. The second game that I want to talk about is Metal Gear Solid. Well, you can just remove the Solid away from it, because now there's a brand new game called Metal Gear Survive. It's apparently a co-op game. Co-op zombies, guys. Co-op zombies. I've never heard about zombies mixed with Metal Gear before. I've never heard of that before. I mean, I've seen mind control from some of the past Metal Gears that, you know, like they can actually control. As in Psycho Mantis, he can control, you know, some people. Yeah, but zombies. Okay, first off, yeah. Kojima is no more in Konami. He's now formed his own studios, you know. So Kojima Productions. He has a nice label. He has a new game, Death Stranding, coming out for PS4 and PC. Okay. When I was looking at that trailer for the Metal Gear Survive, it was only one thing that was on my mind. Just one thing. Just one thinking on my mind, and that was, this is 30 years of a man's life just going down the drain. I mean, I feel for him and Kojima. He spent like what, 20-30 years making Metal Gear, and look at the way Metal Gear is being treated right now. You see the trailer for that game, yeah? It looks amazing. I mean, the graphics, the way the zombies are in a different perspective, that they have like horns in their head, like you can use like bows and arrows and spears. That is an interesting premise for a good co-op zombie game, but not for Metal Gear. It's the same thing I'm talking about for Resident Evil. The change is just way too much. It's too much. I mean, Resident Evil 7 is not a Resident Evil game. Metal Gear Survive is not a Metal Gear Solid game or Metal Gear whatever. It shouldn't be associated with Metal Gear at all. Why make a game and just slap the name on it? You see that game, yeah? If Konami would have come and said, you know what, we're making a brand new game, it's about co-op zombies, this is what you can do, and we're using the Fox engine, blah blah blah. They make some characters, make some bullshit ass stories, because we don't care about stories when we're killing zombies. That would have been interesting. You see a lot of people are going to give you likes, but what it stands that the video has 25,000 dislikes. Well, we all know that dislikes don't really matter, because at the end of the day, if the game is good, we are gonna buy it. So stop it. I don't want to hear people saying, I'm not going to support it because Kojima is not there. I'm not going to support it because the true Kojima. We don't even know what will happen in that in between Kojima and Konami. We don't really know what happened, because obviously the guy was working for them, and all we heard was rumors, you know, that the guy got kicked out, the guy was you know, he was treated poorly. We don't really know the facts now, do we? Let's be real here. All we heard was rumors. For all we know, Kojima might even be at fault. Do you understand what I mean? Maybe he did some shit there and they didn't like it, and they went too far, and they say, you know what, fuck you and fuck off. You see what I mean? So we don't really know the facts there. So I don't like hearing when people say, I'm not going to play the game because Kojima is not involved or something. We all know that that game really does look good. But the fact that it's a Metal Gear, that's a slap on the face, man. That's a slap on the face. Konami, that's a fucked up situation. So it's Konami and Capcom. This is I don't understand what you guys are doing with your franchises right now, man. I don't understand this. God damn. I don't understand. Don't you guys see the past games? Executives, I know you guys don't really play games, but I mean, listen to what the fans are talking about. At least pay attention. Do you understand? At least pay attention. The Resident Evil 7 game, I can take it. But that Metal Gear Survive, I can't. Jesus, that was horrible. That's mad. That's a drastic change. What the hell was that? You know, I still have to give kudos to Capcom, because I know that Resident Evil 7 game, even if it's not really a Resident Evil game, it does look like an interesting premise of a game that I really want to play, because I like horror. You know one thing about me? I love these two genres that I like so much: horror and RPGs. Those are my two best kind of genres for games. Even for not movies. Movies don't have RPGs, but movies have horror. Horror movies are my best kind of movies. They're just like anything horror. I like something that, there's suspense that scares you at your feet. Because when you're watching a horror movie, you get so engaged. When you're watching an action movie, yeah, you can remove your face from the TV, but you still know that somebody is shooting a gun. You know what I mean? But when you're talking about horror, I mean, you need to be engaged, because it engages you. The same thing with RPGs. You have to do menus and shit, blah 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 blah. I'm debating on the topic, so I'm going to shut the fuck up right now. So right now, all I have to say is that Capcom, well, thank you for the Resident Evil 7 game. It looks good. We're going to play it. But Konami, I don't want to say, but I think I'm going to write in the description. But anyway, guys, check out my next video. I want to put the trailers for both games in the description, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.